Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gene Burke.
And I'm Casey Freeman. After more than 4 decades, a Kentucky cold case has finally found some answers, and it hits close to home.
Remains of a woman were discovered near a Warren County highway in 1984, and now, with the help of advanced DNA technology, investigators have identified her. WBKO Investigates reporter Brennan Crane has more on this long-awaited breakthrough.
This field, just a few hundred yards away from where a young woman's remains were found in 1984 here in Warren County, remains roughly the same, quiet and secluded, with just the neighboring noise of I-65 in the background. But a new advancement in that case has now given investigators a breakthrough that they've been searching for nearly 40 years. It was July 4th, 1984, when then WKU professor Wayne Mason made a grim discovery along what was then known as the Green River Highway, now called I-165. Just off the road, he found human bones and tattered clothes. But without a name, investigators spent years struggling to identify the victim.
There were several different leads that, just mountains and mountains of leads of different missing persons from all over the country that people thought could be related to this individual. Of course, those leads were followed up on and, of course, determined to not be connected to our case.
For nearly 4 decades, the identity of the woman found here remained a mystery. Despite extensive efforts by detectives and a detailed sketch of what she might have looked like, the case went cold. Investigators poring over name after name after name. Thanks to advances in DNA technology, a forensic laboratory in Texas matched the remains to Patricia M. Armentrout, a 20-year-old woman who was last seen in West Virginia in the 1970s.
This is a case that really and truly was stuck. An identity couldn't be determined. And it took DNA testing, it took genetic genealogy, and then it took some pretty spectacular work on the behalf of investigators to dig through a very complicated story to get to the bottom of who she was.
Unlike many other cases, there never was a missing persons report for Patricia Armentrout. But what exactly happened to her is also unclear.
It's almost like the pinnacle of a career to be able to take a 40-year-old cold case and, something like I say that's just been classified as Jane Doe and put a name with it. But then you look at the other side of it and you realize that you've only completed half of it. I don't think it takes an investigator to realize that people don't just end up on the side of Interstate 65 in a wooded area on their own and die. I think that we are operating on the belief that somebody put her there.
For now in Bowling Green, I'm Brennan Crane, WBKO Investigates.
If you know anything about this case, you're urged to contact Kentucky State Police. Post 3 in Bowling Green can be reached at 270-782-2010. Even the smallest detail could make a difference.